Hello, everybody. Welcome to Persona 4 Arena Ultimax episode 15 of Jenny Plays. Alright, so we just finished, in the last episode, we just finished episode P4. Now, not counting 100% completion. We're going to go ahead and do that later. But right now, we're going to go ahead and start episode P3. And then when we're done with that, we're going to do episode Adachi. Because we have the Adachi DLC, we got that unlocked, which is awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to episode P3. Alright. Okay, so from what I can tell, where's the zoom out? This looks to be around the same length as episode P4. So when we're done, expect us to probably be around 30 episodes. And that's just with these two story modes. There's a whole lot more to this game. This is going to be a very long Jenny Plays. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for what you want me to do in the future, please let me know. I think I mentioned in the last episode I wanted to do Legend of Korra. I just tried that and I don't think that's gonna happen because this is going to show my absolute noobness. But yeah, I cannot beat... Right now I am stuck on chapter 2 on the easiest level. So yeah, I don't think I'll be playing it, but I don't think I'm going to be good enough to let's play it without basically having to be like, here, skip like 20 times me trying to battle this guy and then finally getting it, and that kind of defeats the purpose. I only had to do it with this game once, so anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into chapter 1. So this is the cast of Persona 3. So this will be fun.
The death of everything.
What?
But also,
why
the
are you
beginning.
here?
People have filled the world, yet turned it into a void.
Why are
the only
you
hope of
here?
salvation lies in ruin.
Oh, jeez.
Did you work in a zoo?
Oh.
One huge pile of shit you're pushing
Well,
around.
here we go.
So,
Some things are
how'd
falling
that
into place
turn out
here.
For you, Dad? It doesn't matter now that you're dead as a doornail, does it? You wanted the world destroyed.
Well,
huh?
hot
Isn't that
dang.
right, you worthless pest?
Way to
Fine.
start us off on a harsh note.
This shitty world with its shitty people and shitty lives will disappear.
Shitty,
and I'll
shitty,
be the only
shitty.
thing left. After
Pretty sure
all,
he said
if
that
the
before.
father's fallen into darkness, then the sun must rise. Just kidding.
What nonsense.
What?
These constructs can only remain active within my red fog. Even then, they can only do so for a limited amount of time.
Here we go.
If you have time to waste with worthless sentiment, hurry up and complete your preparations.
Ha! You've got no sense of humor. Keep up your whining and I'll have to kill you too.
Such impudence. Take them. They are your pawns.
Oh, jeez.
They're pretty well made. Fine, I've got the power I borrowed from you too. So now there's no way I could lose.
I'm wondering why this story is
Well,
starting
then,
with show. I feel
time
like
to
that's
make
kind
like
of...
a tree and
I don't know. Just
turn
wasn't
over a new
expecting it.
leaf or whatever.
I'm trying to remember who plays him.
A puppet version of a puppet. I'll make sure you get the job done this time.
I think I've said this before, but it must be fun
Now
to play
let's
him.
begin. For the sake of his world.
Well, there we go.
I finished going through Labrys's personality module
Luca!
and control links.
I'm wondering who this is.
I knew we could count on you.
I'm sorry that I asked you for such a big favor.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly stand by after something so important happened. But, is it really all right for me to be doing this? Aren't you all part of some kind of police organization now?
Oh, probably should say, doubt
no
there's going to
need
be
to
a
be
fight in this
concerned.
episode.
Even
Sorry.
now that we've become the Shadow Operatives, this lab belongs solely
But story
to the
is important to
Provincial
Persona. You should know this by now. Okay, yep. Think I know who this is. Oh, okay. I thought it was
I
Labrys
finished
speaking.
investigating Labrys's mobility system.
So this is
all I have to do
Igus's
now
point
is
of view.
reboot her OS and perform some final checks.
Thank you. How is she?
She'd sustained some heavy structural damage, so I was worried, but thankfully none were critical.
I see. And what did you recover from her memory?
I'm sorry. I searched through it, but I found no records that would lead to finding the one behind what happened. If we want to pursue him any further, we'll have to wait for a report from intelligence. But it seems that will still take some time.
Ugh, Fuka, why? Yep,
Then we have
this
no clues
is
to go on.
very definitely Agus.
Don't be so hasty.
When is she going to
You might get
speak?
new leads from intelligence, right?
Ever since that attempted airplane hijacking, we've learned that the Public Safety Division has been making some disquieting moves. If we don't make a move
Disquieting,
soon, there's no telling what they'll do to take advantage of the situation. We have to find a lead before they do anything.
Oh, jeez. I'm hoping since this is the P3 storyline, they might actually show Naoto quite a bit. But I could be wrong. It looks like this is the same as with the P4 storyline, as in this takes place directly after the end of Persona 4 Arena. So, at least that's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
I understand
There's
how you
Agus.
feel, Mitsuru-san.
Hi.
But we must solve one problem at a time. That is why we have gathered here today.
You're right. I'm sorry. Please work with me here in reviewing what information we already know.
Well, doesn't this
The person
sound
behind
familiar?
This case first stole Labrys, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, while she was in transport.
Yes. The hijacking of the airplane you were on
Oh, that was such a cool scene in P4A.
After which she was transported to Inaba.
Correct.
In
The
Aigis'
hijackers were
storyline, they were
subdued
playing
and
deep breath,
captured,
deep
but
breath.
we have reason to believe that their minds
was
were under
so
some
good.
kind of control.
You take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Good song.
The culprit waited until he arrived in Inaba to turn Labris on and fiddle with her memory. And then he threw her into the TV world, right?
Where one's heart and memories manifest themselves. As a machine, Labris was able to control these memories in great detail. In other words, the enemy used her in order to set a trap for us.
When we entered the television world in pursuit, we defeated her shadow and made indirect contact with the culprit.
That person revealed that his goal was to steal our personas by making us fight each other.
And I
Weaken our
totally thought
hearts
that it was
and turn
a
our
she.
personas to shadows.
I mean, if
Once
you
he'd
hear that
accomplished
voice,
that,
you'll
we would
understand where I'm
combine
coming
them all
from.
so we could have even more powerful shadows.
Yes, that was an interesting time too. But didn't we pretty much already talk about this in the P4 story? Why do we have to go through this again?
Shuji Ikutsuki.
The culprit's speech
That
pattern
dick.
is consistent with Ikutsuki-san's mannerisms. His inability
That's
to
who that
use a
guy
persona
was that
matches him as
Sho
well.
killed. For those of you that don't know.
But that's not possible. He...
That's right. We've confirmed Ikutsuki's death.
Or maybe there's someone out there besides Ikutsuki who still thinks the same way he did.
If so, then the world we strive for is still far away.
Aww. Poor Mitsuru. Yep, there we go. So now we learn a little bit about P3.
Yamagishi, when Labris awakens, can you give her a summary of the case from 3 years ago? I'd like her to know what went on while she was sealed.
I understand.
Can't you just stick that data into her memory?
If we did that, it would just become a piece of data to her. She needs to be told about it in order for her mind to understand what happened.
Oh, that makes sense.
She's human through and through, huh?
Also, I noticed something when I was checking her memories. The makeup of Labris's memory field is slightly different from Aigis'. Besides the memory area that she normally accesses, there seems to be a subnetwork of some sort.
Huh.
She has 2 memory networks? I think it was probably used to incorporate the feedback from her sibling units, but I still don't know for sure. That's why I believe it's safer to tell her in person.
Miss Boyce was one of the
All
people
right.
that I
I'll let you tell her however
fought.
you see fit.
Actually, there's a battle
Regarding
between us.
Ikutsuki, I'm pressuring
I know
staff
on
to hurry
my
and
YouTube
review the
channel right now.
information,
Go check
including
it out.
the newly discovered quarantine
Hey.
server at Ergo Research. We never knew about the server in question before now, because it had been cut off from the group's network. It most likely has information that normally would have never left Ergo Research, such as data on top-secret experiments.
By the way,
Again,
what
poor
was the
Mitsuru.
logic behind that whole midnight channel thing?
It's still unknown, but we'll have to send people to Inaba again. We're going to hold a meeting at headquarters tomorrow to discuss countermeasures.
And another person I fought online. Oh no. What's going on now? Well, yeah, I would assume it would be something like that.
What's going on?
The surveillance system detected a rise in shadow
Huh?
readings. It's currently stabilizing around a level 3 alert, located in that town of Inaba.
Oh, the shadow music!
Looks like he's shown up already. That saves us the trouble of having to puzzle this out.
Yusun and his friends are in danger.
Yusun.
Mitsuru-san, please give the order to dispatch us.
All right, we'll leave at once. Yamagishi, leave Labrys to Kikuno and accompany us.
I understand. Well then, I leave the rest to you, Kikuno-san.
I actually do
Understood.
not remember Kikuno.
Lady Mitsuru, everyone, please be careful.
Well, that would make sense. Please be careful. Well.
Oh, hold on, I guess. What is it? If we can put Labrys aside for a moment, are you going to be alright without having any maintenance done on you, I guess? What do you mean? I read the documents on your new equipment. At first I assumed it was referring to that large gun, but it's actually... Ah, that. True.
Aw.
There have been no tests confirming that it is capable of being used in an actual
I love that
combat situation.
her little smile. It's cute.
But we face a powerful foe this time. Is it even possible? If even one thing were to go wrong.
Also, I like Fuka's braid. I don't know if I've said that yet.
Milady, a change of clothes has been laid out in your car.
I see. Thank you.
I've also prepared Akihiko-san's favorite protein drink.
Of course.
And Fuka-san has been preparing a playlist suitable for a road trip in her room.
Huh?
That will be all, Kikuno.
Very well. Pardon me.
Let's start this over, shall we? Shadow operatives, let's mobilize.
So formal. Oh, that's the phone. It was gonna happen eventually, folks. And I have no clue who it is. So I'm just gonna ignore it.
Why are we taking this
Oh,
car
speaking
again,
of deep breath,
Mitsuru?
deep breath. Still loving the limousine.
Don't question it, Akihiko. There was no time to prepare a vehicle with the same equipment. Speaking of appearances, are you gonna wear that again?
Yeah,
Sure. There's a chance that we'll have to
you're one to
fight
talk,
after all.
Mitsuru.
These clothes give me the flexibility I need.
Impressive, Akihiko-san. You never change. Still, to think that the culprit would make a move so soon. We've completely lost the initiative.
Indeed. We need to begin taking measures right now. I only hope no danger comes to Narukami and his friends.
So I wonder when Labrys comes into the picture now.
Mitsuru-san, why don't we just ask them to cooperate with us?
That
I
would be the
agree.
best idea.
They seem pretty strong.
No.
Yeah, but of course Mitsuru's like,
If I
no,
asked
we're
for their
not doing
assistance,
that.
It would waste time better spent in school. Worse yet, it would put them in danger.
Mitsuru, you
I
don't
want
know
anyone
how
else to
good
have to
they
go through
are.
that anymore.
I understand how you feel, but they don't seem like the kind who'd listen. No, we were the same way back then.
This is very true. She gets it now. And if
We
I
have new
remember right,
information.
around this part of
Kikuno sent me a message.
the P4 story
tasked
was when
Kikuno
they were
with
all
reviewing
saying,
Ergo
okay, we
Research's
have to go
quarantine
against
server.
Miss Tsuru's wishes.
But it seems new evidence has come to light regarding
times.
Ikutsuki, who we discussed in our earlier conversation. According to the report, it seems Ikutsuki was performing an experiment on his own in the lab directly after the explosion. It's unknown if this is related to our current mission, but there was a record of a plume of dusk being used in the experiment.
Oh, yep, here we go.
A plume of dusk.
So, what are the details of this experiment? Nothing good, I bet.
Ikutsuki was...
What's going on now? Ellipses and a question mark.
Yamagishi, tell me our current location.
One moment. I'm looking it up now. We're currently in Inaba Pass. We're almost at the target coordinates.
I'm wondering where exactly they are. Oh, here we go. Cutscene.
What is this?
Ooh. Well, this is interesting.
What's that?
What's wrong?
Dramatic action sequence.
Ambush?
What's happening? Driver, what's going on? Answer me!
Oh, jeez.
This...
It's just like during the hijacking.
Igus!
On it! A barrier!
Are we trapped?
Oh, Lord. Well, at least they got a glimpse. Oh, no! To be continued. Oh, you see how it's blue because it's Persona 3? Ha ha. I get it. You can't just leave us there. Alright. I guess we will do Yukari and Ken in the next episode. So, I hope I don't lose track of my numbers. Next episode will be episode 16. Yes. So I will see you guys there.